Welcome to the fourth week of 2024. So it's a time when the year is gracefully unfolding and the cosmic energies are guiding us towards deeper insights. I trust this message finds you in a space of contemplation and readiness for the magic that January the 22nd through to the 28th holds for us. So as we embrace on the energy of this week, it's a call to go within, to reflect, to pause, and to acknowledge the growth that is silently unfolded in our lives. So whether you're finding stillness in your thoughts, walking the quiet paths of winter, know that the universe is aligning to provide moments of profound understanding for you. This week, the cosmic tapestry invites us, encourages us to dive into introspection, to explore the depths of our thoughts, to find the wisdom that lies beneath the surface. It's a time to connect with the quiet whispers of our soul and align our actions with our truest intentions. I'm truly grateful to have you here, companions on this cosmic journey. Together, let's explore the energies of the week, unveil the cosmic insights, and find the peace that comes from embracing the natural ebb and flow of life. Now, stay tuned as we navigate the cosmic currents from January the 22nd to the 28th. I'm excited to share my insights with you, offer you guidance, and be a part of your journey as we tap into the transformative energies of this reflective week. I wish you a serenity and a week filled with profound self-discovery. So let's turn to the tarot cards, look at your personal highlights of the week through your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. And if you're not aware of what your moon or rising sign are, you can just simply go to my website. The information is below and it's absolutely free. Okay, let's embrace the cosmic wisdom together. I'll meet you over there. Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly focus for January the 22nd through to the 28th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being here so very, very much. So I'm asking all the signs, or I'm trying to remember to ask all the signs, so I'll do it while it's in my head before it pops away. If you like the video, wonderful. If you didn't like the video, I'm sorry. But regardless, or what's your takeaway from the video, I want you to just leave emojis in the comment box, just maybe one emoji or a couple together, and maybe it'll be like a little riddle. We have to figure it out. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see. So let's do that and be a community in the process. Okay, our underlying energy for this week. Oh my gosh, the Three of Swords. You're not the only ones to get this, okay? This is about healing. This is about allowing yourself to, I hear, step into the joy and the passion. That's what I heard. And I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say about healing, about the last one really got self-talk and whatnot. And that could be some of it. But there's a part of your path that really stands out right now in your life for where you are at this present moment. And you haven't allowed yourself to release it, to let it go, to move beyond it, to maybe take the lesson and that's it and move forward. It's like you're giving that some kind of energy lately, and that's not a healthy thing to do, because that invites in the exact same kind of circumstances to live it all again. And we definitely, if we're already hurting from it, we definitely don't want to do that to ourselves. So this is about, and it's I get more of, there's a specific area in your life that a little bit of meditation or contemplation or prayer will allow you to see where you're not letting it go, where you're not allowing it to be in the past. It's like when a couple breaks up and the one is constantly talking about them. Even though it's probably very negative talk at this point, they're constantly bringing them up in conversation. They're constantly on their minds. And I wonder what they would think of this if they saw me doing this. And, it doesn't matter. But so long as we allow them to still have energy over our lives, they will continue to have energy over our lives. So it's about the release, it's about letting go, it's about healing from those things in life. Maybe it's something that happened in a relationship, and so you are fearful of going into a new relationship, or you keep seeing yourself reacting like you did in the past relationship, even knowing that this person is nothing like that person, or there's something like that happening in your energy field. So look at it in the eye, try to understand it, try and understand the wisdom that you've taken away from it, the knowledge, the lesson learned. But that's all it was. It was a lesson. It might have, scarred our hearts in some way. And so now we want to get rid of that scar tissue. And we want to let it go and just be part of our past. Yes, it molded you into who you are becoming, and who you are today. But it doesn't define you as that person unless you allow it to define you as such. We have the Judgment card. Stop measuring yourself to other people. You're fine just as you are. Okay? Measure yourself against yourself. The whole idea of life is just to be a little bit better than the yesterday, right? So, how were you yesterday? How are you today? Are you better? Okay, well, that's a win kind of day. Some days we're not as good. You look back and you go, I think I was a little better yesterday than I was today. That's okay too, because it's a learning experience, it's a growing experience, and you have tomorrow to start all over again. And I get a hint that you might be passing judgment on somebody else right now. And so I would ask you to try not to do that. Maybe they seem really lucky in your eyes, or they always seem to land on their feet. How do they do it? They did this and this. If I did that, oh my gosh. It's that kind of energy coming out where I keep getting, even in the first card, I get this pull of something that is eating at you, that is not allowing you to really step into your true authenticity, to love yourself as completely as you can. We have the Page of Pentacles. Dream it big. This is about big picture dreaming. What do you love? What fills you with passion, desire? What inspires you? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Now, you're not going to be able to see a lot of details, if any details, about this path. It's really just a picture of the end result. Okay? So grow it big and grow it strong. But this is seeing how you can grow abundance in your life. Now, it might not be monetary, although I think you are looking at monetary this week. I think the full moon is in your money sign. So if anything, you're looking at your money and you're seeing maybe how you are not using it constructively. You're not using it as an investment. You're using it, maybe you have to tighten the belt a little bit. Maybe you've been a little bit too casual with it. It's funny because when I counsel people about their money and I tell them to set up a budget of sorts, then they say, why? I've got nothing. I barely make it through the week. That's all the more reason to make a budget, because when you do a budget, you're like, when you first do it, okay, you see, wait a second. Why is there a plus here? I shouldn't have a plus because in real life I don't have a plus. And that's where you start to understand where you might just toss your money away without realizing it. And that's when I ask you to get a little bit more thorough. Every penny spent, you got to write it down in a notebook. I don't care if you get a receipt in or a receipt from spending it. write it down in a book and start seeing where your money is being trickled away, so that you can turn those trickles into a massive wave that comes crushing down with great abundance in your life. And we have the Five of Cups. So once again, we're looking at the lack of, we're looking at what went wrong. We're looking at why you failed. Well, absolutely, you cannot fail until you throw in the towel and stop trying. Up until then, it's just things that you know now does not work. Okay? It just, you know, heightens the playing field for what could be. This is a time when we have to turn away from any kind of negative thoughts, turn our attention to how we are keeping ourselves, we're wrapped up here in this blanket, like keeping ourselves safe and warm and protected. We're not willing to move because, well, when we moved, look at these cups fell over. All my hard work gone. I don't think I want to put myself out there again. I don't think I want to show off my talents. I just want to exist at this point because every time I try, something goes wrong. But this is a time to take that cloak off, to spread your arms, to feel the sunshine, to dance upon the shoreline. And when you start to raise your energy up and feel that vibration, that full breath you can take again, I can breathe kind of energy, you notice the cups that are awaiting to be filled. You start to dream again. You start to believe in yourself again. So a lot of this reading so far is really looking at yourself. It's like giving yourself a truth serum and saying, okay, what am I dragging forward with me in my energy all the time, in my relationships? How does it play out? Maybe it's in my work. Maybe it's how I interact with other people in the community. Where do I feel that cloak being tightened around me, keeping me safe, not letting myself fall prey to showing my talents, my abilities, speaking my values, singing my song. Work and career, the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. When it comes to work and career, there's a lot of entanglement between work and career, home and family. Or maybe it's work and career and the people you love most in your life. I think it's more that. And it's like you want to push yourself forward, but you want to be there for them. And it's been this juggling act. So I think first and foremost, you need to love yourself. Know that you need to make yourself a priority. And if you want to do something in your work, in your career, I mean, this is a time to have those conversations with the people you love most and say, I may seem absent for a little while because I'm working towards this. I hope I have your support. That you know that I haven't just fallen off the face of the earth, that I think about you and I miss you, but I just really can't be here in the present right now with you because I'm working so hard here. Or maybe they help in some way. Maybe they can actually, once they know the situation, well, how about I start doing this and you'll have even more time, and then maybe sometime we can spend together because you'll have more time. Well, I don't mind doing that while you're doing this. The Wheel of Fortune is the changes that you want to bring in, the new beginnings, the new start. Maybe you want a raise. Maybe you want to take your business to the next level. Maybe you want to start a new money stream of some sort when it comes to work, when it comes to career. Maybe taking a hobby, turning it into a business. Okay, the only difference between a hobby and a business is a hobby costs money, a business makes money. This is about seasons changing. This is about new beginnings. This is about, yeah, the release of the old. So, where do you need to release the old when it comes to work, when it comes to career? And where do those new beginnings lie for you? Is it a promotion? It could even be a lateral move. I don't really get like this is abundance, even though we have that giant pentacle spinning in the middle. But I think it's abundance in other ways, not just financial. It's feeling alive. It's being surrounded by, maybe this is the time when you start to meet new people in your life. They're like-minded. You start team building with them. You start doing workshops and projects together. You start a business together. But I think there is an influx of new people coming into your life, and you'll meet them kind of happenstance. It's not like it's planned. It's not like you're going out to meet people, but through just showing up, you meet a larger variety of people, a wider scope of people. I hear is probably a really good way of defining the people that are coming into your life. The wheels are changing, absolutely. So, yeah, it's about the people you love too, but it's also about the new people that are coming into your life that you've got to make space to love. But we're not even on love as much, but that got included in the work and career. And I think we do. If we're at any place for a period of time, we do have a love. We do have a tenderness for a lot of people in our lives. And so I don't, I, I do believe that in a lot of ways they do intertwine. They do weave together. But let's look at love and relationships. Two of Wands, summoning it in. What do you want? Do you want that proposal? Do you want that marriage? Do you want more space? Do you want more romance? Do you want more? What do you want? You need to speak it aloud. You need to, especially if you feel like there's something missing in the relationship, it's that much more important to ask yourself, okay, so what do I want in the relationship? What do I truly see myself enjoying within the relationship that's not a part of the relationship? Or maybe it hasn't been a part of the relationship for a little while and you want to bring it back into being. If you are dating, this is, it's like putting yourself in the spotlight of where that forever and a day person is going to come into your life. The one that will walk the majority of your path with you going forward. The one that will support you and love you. Spirituality, we have the Four of Wands. Well, this is marriage and proposal, but it's so maybe we meditate on it, we pray on it. We start to contemplate different ways that we can bring in that magic. And this is so maybe this influx of people is more on a spiritual level. Maybe you are joining a yoga class or a meditation group, or maybe there is some kind of spiritual presence within your neighborhood or your community. It could be a church, a synagogue, or just where people gather to pray, non-denominational, to meditate. And joining up for things like that, or a partnership as well. You could just find one other person that says, yeah, I'll meditate with you, or I'll pray with you, or sign me up. This is also a time, to reflect. I would almost suggest journaling right now of your accomplishments of each day, no matter how small they are. Okay, for some people that are very depressed, getting out of bed is an accomplishment. Taking a shower is huge. Making themselves something to eat, amazing. Because when people are in a state of depression, they don't care about any of those things. And not just making themselves something to eat, making themselves a beautiful dinner, or treating themselves to a beautiful dinner. So, I mean, that's on the one, the lowest part of the scale. But, we shouldn't just take everything for granted that we do. It's about celebrating the things that you can do, you can see. You can move your hands and your arms freely, your legs. You can walk, you can run, you can jog. Maybe you can somersault, maybe you can do a cartwheel. But it's just recognizing, even the little things that you do during the day are baby steps towards the grand picture. So even if you just do that one tiny step, even if you just show up, maybe everything flatlined, maybe you didn't get anything accomplished, it doesn't matter. You showed up. And so celebrate that, if nothing else. But look at how you can just, you know, pick out some of the beauty that you noticed in the world today through your actions, through your divine presence, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Home and family, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is about just having a trust that everything will go with the flow, that perhaps you don't need to do as much as you do and everything will still be okay, because over the last, and I'm not getting it as much here, but over the last little while of doing readings for you, maybe the last month, it has really been about you making yourself the priority. And so when you do that, you do have to let go of control of some of the things in your life, because the control is about making their life better, not your life better per se. So this card is now showing up to say they'll fend for themselves. They'll be okay. Maybe not as great as when you take care of them, but they'll be okay. So I think it's back to just having a faith that you just need to prioritize yourself right now still. And everything else will flow. Everything will, there might be some bumps in the road and you might get a phone call saying, I don't know what I'm doing here. You've always done this before, and walk them through it. But, it's so much better to teach them how to fish rather than provide fish every day for them, right? So this is about opening up a little bit more to what is calling to your heart, what is calling to you to step into, to participate in, to delve into, to fall in love with, to ignite a passion within yourself. Knight of Pentacles. Anyways, let's go to our Circle of Doors Tarot. And today we have the Ace of Cups. Ecstasy. Ecstasy. Look at that. I carry the ocean in my chest. Her waters flow into me and out of me. My blessed wound opens a rushing fountain. We all gather and drink from her endless grace, our chips and cracks carving the rivers to carry us home. Your heart is pulsing. Your heart is the pulsing tide pool from which all things grow. And through it, filling and emptying, it is always giving life's one perfect gift. This rhythm of love's infinite song is resonating in everyone around you, if you dare to make yourself vulnerable enough to hear it. Your feelings are not your creations or possessions. They are weather patterns that roll around you as freely as across an open sky. Allow emotions to pass through you like nourishment. Do not allow them to fester or rot by clinging to them or stuffing them into some forgotten drawer. Ask yourself, what haven't you allowed yourself to feel? Which stale and dusty thoughts are blocking the flow of your emotions? What happens to your heart when you create stillness in your body? Your affirmations for this week are, I know when it's my mind talking or my heart speaking. Every emotion that moves through me is a gift. No one can tell me to feel or not to feel. I love myself. And we will get a Power Thought card by Louise Hay here. I am totally adequate for all situations. I am one with the power and wisdom of the universe. I claim this power, and it is easy for me to stand up for myself. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.